Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. I think there's a bunch of stuff I've marked on the map here, just by accident, that should not be on the map. And the only reason I want to take it off the map is probably just because at some point I know for a fact that I'm gonna be like, okay, hold on a second, why did I put this here? You know, why did I put that there? You know, when there's probably no point whatsoever to why I put it there, just like me making mistakes here. Yes. We have some commissions to do to start off everything, which is always very, very nice to have. There's 4 commissions around here. We've kind of like gone to the estate, which is very beautiful. We've explored up around here. There's still this puzzle we have to do up here, which I still have yet to be able to like conquer. But we will be doing those commissions now. And I love the fact that we have commissions here in this game now. Like in Inazuma, in this game, like it's a different game. Feels like it sometimes. Okay, music. What the hell? It's so good. I'm actually like intensely in love with the music to the point that I feel like we need to have a conversation. You know? Okay, let's go down and destroy these guys. Oh, it's just the hilly shore towers as well. Oh, we don't even have Zing Show, which is not exactly a great thing for this. Like we can do a superconduct, which is like grand, I suppose. But it's not as good as having like an explosion.
More speed. Well met.
That's why I really feel like sometimes. And Jean is on this team too. Benny's supposed to be here. This is Benny's team. I forgot that we were just leveling up characters with this guy. Well, Jean, you're here now. You know what you can do. You might as well work hard. You're here now, Jean. Time to do it anyway. You know what I mean? She's here. She's here. She can still work hard. Honestly, like, to be honest, in terms of like healing and stuff, Jean is not a bad character to have on any team, I feel like. That's my personal take anyway. I always feel like Jean's not a bad character to have on any team. She's great. Like, she's a great character. Like, I think we can all agree with that. Like, she's just absolutely fantastic. At healing. At combat, we still have to level up our talents, of course, and we can also level up, by the way, we will be doing that once we get to that area. To be able to level up Kazuha, to level up Sayu. You know, I was thinking of like who we're gonna level up first. I think, like, honestly, it doesn't bother me which way. I think Sayu desperately needs it a bit more than our boy, but it still would be nice. Oh, look, here's a barrier as well. Oh, that's why we need that type. Okay, hold on a second here. We can do that. So we need to, so we might as well drop out. We'll get this one up here first. Again, Kazuha's probably better for exploration, so we should... Did you guys just see me and say nothing?
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
Rack and roll.
I forgot that doesn't carry over into other combat situations. You have to reload that type of thing.
Flood of frost. Crush.
Bro, you're about to get destroyed by my weapon. Okay, there we go. Oh no, we could have stayed closer to Big Boy over here. You freeze over there. You get swirled. You get electrocuted.
Come, sever night from day. No, my sword.
Get swirled. Get electrocuted. Yeah, we're still doing good even with the adventure rank being raised. We definitely are. But I do want to switch back to having Benny on this team. We just switched it to Jean because Benny was not useful in the domain that we were in because the explosions he was doing did not do anything for the team. Not his fault. Not his fault at all. It just didn't do... I know that's why they're there, to go over here. But I really feel like it's also to get this. Did we obtain that? Yeah, we did. We got 2. And then we can go through this area here to get this chest. Yes, nice.
Even better than I imagined.
Heck yeah, Benny.
My lucky day.
Benny, you know, did you know that things like that have stuff other than radishes in them? And stuff like that? Okay, let's see now as well. The next commission we're going to be doing is up around here. Which we can... It's actually probably going to be a similar commission to what we did before. Maybe it's a balloon one as well. And there's also a world quest here. Oh, this is the
We
dude.
go.
Oh, no, it's not the dude. It's a kid. Let's talk to you, Midori. How are you, Midori?
Midori, let's talk about the outside world again. Again, really now? Since you're so eager to hear about it, let me tell you something new then. So, what do you want to know?
What is this place called Liyue on the other side of the ocean? Oh my god, kid. It's amazing. Liyue is super famous for its rocks. You know that too, right? So we already heard this, I think, right? But I think we have to talk to actually Midori. Yeah, we definitely already heard this, but we need to talk to actual Midori, not just, yeah, Midori.
Well, I'm running out of new stories to tell Koichi.
What kind of news story?
It's a news story told by Uncle Ramsey. He said he's been to many countries and seen many interesting things. In order to record these things, he wrote something called the travelogue. He showed me this a lot of his travelogues. For example, they're kind of an iron carriage that flies into the sky in Fontaine. It runs along the invisible road. It takes no time to travel from one end of the village to the other. There are special kinds of grass in Sumeru which can be planted anywhere. It can be planted in soil, water, or sand. Once it's planted, it will sprout and grow. And there's kind of a boat that can stay at the bottom of the sea for a long time. By riding in that boat, people can go to the deep sea to do all kinds of things and see all the kinds of fish.
Did he tell you about Shineznaya?
Shineznaya? Well, I don't think so. Well, that's not the point. Recently, Uncle Ramsey stopped sending me his travelogues for some reason, so I'm running out of stories to tell Koichi. Shuichi. I know that Uncle Ramsey has been staying at a Komore tea house. I wanted to go find him, but the gatekeeper's sister, Koze won't let me. Because I'm a kid.
You look old enough. Can you help me ask Mr. Ramsey what happened to those travelogues? I'm not that old, but I can help.
Anyway, you look a reliable person. Please help me. I'll see. Oh, are you interested in reading those travelogues? No problem. I'll just give them to you when you're finished. I'll go with you, although I can't get in. I'll wait for you near the tea house. So I'm looking forward to reading Uncle Ramsey's new travelogue.
Very cool. Very cool. So we have a new quest to get the travelogue, which is... Wait. This? No, it's not. Where's the quest for the travelogue then? It has to be one of the world quests. Shineznaya Storm Chasers Part 1. You learn of Inazuma's Catherine and Inazuma Adventures Guild has been gathering towards Surrey Island. Cleansing Defilement. Shizato's Letter. We still have to do this one as well. I want to do this one today, actually. Where is the one with the, It'd be cool if they were in order, right? This is it. Yeah. So it's over here. Okay. So we don't lose it. We might as well do it right now. So we don't lose out with it, you know? Because then we're gonna have to go back and find it. It's weird that they're not in order of like what you got them in, right? I feel like they should be in some cases. What else do we have to do before we go on here? Get this. Wind tracers. Get stuff in the books. Experience. Chapter 8. Chapter 7. Here we go. I'll take that. Thank you so much. Nothing else there. I think we can definitely wish on a character. Let's go for it, right? You guys feeling it? Let's go. And we can do one more wish after this as well. Okay, didn't get this one. Didn't get that one. Let's get whatever this is. I didn't get this one. That's fine. That's fine. We're building up our pity. We're building up our pity. Honestly, that's okay. So here's another quest as well. From Ara Tani. How am I supposed to contact these authors in this situation? Contact who now? Oh, Traveler, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. I was just in need of someone's help. Here's the problem. Yae Publishing House annual novel writing competition is about to begin. And as is our rule, we plan to invite few of our writers to serve the judging panel. So we've heard about this writing competition in Liyue, right? However, your two writers are neither Inazuman nor do they currently reside in Inazuma. As you know, the present circumstances prevent us from inviting outlanders here, but if we fail to inform the writers of such important matter, that would also be inappropriate. So I thought if someone could at least send them a gift, that basic courtesies would at least be satisfied. And we could also attach a letter discussing future manuscripts. I mean, would you be willing to help me out? I'll take care of it. We're counting on you, Traveler.
Chang the Ninth story, known as The First Apprentice in Gua, is a tale about the first apprentice of a famed martial arts school in Liyue and a young girl from Inazuma who he took as a junior apprentice. If you're to ask me, the themes and the plot are just a little outdated by this point, but enough readers buy it to keep sales up. We often ask people to send some letters to him to suggest certain changes he might make in future works, perhaps to make a breakthrough. But we have never seen any reply. Perhaps the letters got lost on the way. And who's Zenyu? Now this one I have no idea about. It's likely a pen name of some sort. But the book, A Legend of the Sword, that's one that shattered the ones an earth shatterer and a world shaker. Make no mistake. But with the setting and the story have sent veritable shocks to the literary world. Well, where do I find this writer then? I believe that the writer also lives up in Liyue. According to a traveling merchant who brought this book back to Inazuma, he first found the text of the Wanen Bookhouse. I think that if you ask the staff of the Wanwen Bookhouse, you should be able to find this author. However, well, never mind for now. Here are the presents and the letter. I've been putting this in your reliable hands, traveler. Thank you. Yeah, there's so many little quests we can do here as well. And honestly, I've just been having such a good time exploring this place. It's been such an exciting and lovely time to be here in this new place. Especially since, we did spend so much time in Liyue. And, I forever, and you guys as well agree with me, I forever will say that there was the appropriate amount of time. Maybe even, we could have spent another 2 months there. Because there's so much to do in that area. There's so much to do. Oh, main character style. Let's go.
Body and mind.
We talked to this lady already who led us into the tea house, but now I guess we're gonna have to Welcome to the Kamari tea house. How can I help you? About Ramsey. Oh, that businessman. He is indeed in the tea house, but he's quite stressed recently. Not sure what happened. If you want to find him, just go inside and you'll see him. Thank you. We already got permission to go into the tea house, so we have that going for us. Ramsey! Ramsey. Are you a traveler? What can I do for you? About the travelogue. Oh, you mean the travelogue I wrote for that little girl, Midori? I've been too busy to write those ladies. She must be getting anxious. Are those travelogues real? Ha! What do you think? They don't sound real to me. I can see you're well traveled. You can tell right away. That's right. Technically, none of the facts are in the travelogues are real. Although some places and characters are based on reality, most of the contents are my own imagination. Of course, some of it's not entirely imaginary. For example, in the travelogue that I'm writing, some made a super balloon. Then he summoned his friends and planned to travel around Tevat in his balloon in 80 days. So that's an old book, Around the World in 80 Days. The best movie version that you can watch is the Tweety Bird version, the Looney Tunes version, where Tweety Bird goes around the world in 80 days. Also, this balloon does not require a vision to operate. All takes some technical knowledge. These people travel around the world in the balloon, and they encounter various strange things and phenomena along the way. I was going to write this for Midori, but for some reason I didn't even have the time to finish a short paragraph. Why is that? Do you see that guy in the hallway? He's called Heihachi Mishima. He's been staring at me since I don't know when. And I was going out to look for inspiration for my travelogue, but that guy has been following me everywhere. I don't know what he's trying to do. I'm worried this guy is ill intentions towards me. I wouldn't dare go out. That's why the travelogue has been delayed. Fortunately, now, you are here, traveler. Can you accompany me to look for inspiration outside? With you here, I don't think you would dare to do anything to me. I'll take care of it, yeah. Thank you. As the saying goes, one must guard against others. Someone's staring at me from behind, I have to guard against them no matter what. So when I'm looking for inspiration, please protect me, traveler. In fact, I already have a few locations in mind. Let's go there now. First place is near the beach. Let's go. You okay, Heihachi? What are you looking at? Get out of my way! Okay, didn't want to do this.
Oz, reveal! Beg for mercy.
The disrespect. What do we... Oh, we got some mail. Nice. Thank you. I'll take that. Thank you very much. See you later, doggy. Have a good day. Okay, so then we have to go to the beach. Which is actually just here. There's no point in fast traveling. It's actually nicer to see the sights. Especially in the rain. You know, it changes things a lot, doesn't it? Give me all your lovin'. All your lovin', lovin', lovin'. The water of this beach is crystal clear, and the color of the sand is so white it's completely different from the open seas. It'd be a nice place to set sail from or take off from. The scenery here is very nice. Let me write it down on my notes. Traveler, please wait a moment. I need to think about how to write my travelogue. You can walk around and enjoy the scenery. But please don't stray too far away from me. The guy Yachi has followed me. He's just nearby. Where is he? I can end this now. You know? We could do a little, you know. Hey, Hachi! Why are you standing in my way? You're trying to start something? Why are you following us? Following you? Well, I'm just taking a walk around here. What's wrong with that? Do you own the beach? Who do you think you are? Bro's got a point. I do not own the beach yet. Yet. Bro's got a point. Hey, Ramsey, bro's got a point. Pretty good scenery. The scenery here is really nice. And then let me have a look. There is a riverbed in the outskirts of the north of the town. The small waterfall there is very nice. Let's go there. So he said, why you stand in my way, so I wonder why he's actually wanting to, like, do this then. Probably very strange. Oh, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's kill 8 birds with 12 stones. If you guys figure out what that means? Is that a slime balloon mission? If that's a slime balloon mission, though, we might have to, like, hold off and do it because, like, I might just interrupt the mission a little bit too much. Oh no, it's just kill all enemies. That's fine. Kill all enemies. Kill your enemies. Dude, I wouldn't be doing that freaking Eddie Guerrero stance there, I guess, when Eula's on my team. Oh, you were relaxing a second ago. I'm kind of confused. Could someone explain to me why you were relaxing a second ago, but now you're not? Is there something happening? You were making fun of me and relaxing inside your shield? I'm just wondering what happened. Can you guys tell me what happened as well? Did something happen? Am I not privy to something?
Let's light it up. Yeah.
Sorry, just curious. Get electrocuted. Just curious, just asking. Just very curious. It was long here, wasn't it? Let's see if you can find him without actually, like, locating him. Without actually using the thing itself. It was, like, up around here, wasn't it? Honestly, no hilly shards left alive. We need them for upgrade materials. So I say you. Oh God!
Wish me for life.
Why do they never miss?
Jesus Christ! Calm down.
Let's light it up. By royal decree.
No hilly shards left alive. We need those masks. We definitely need those masks. Honestly, like, let's not waste any time. Let's get him. You know, let's find him. It's called. Wait, what was it called? It was called. Oh, that's the mushroom one. I still want to do that at some point as well. This is also really cool as well. We have to do that too. Where was it? Where was the other mission? There it is. Yeah. Oh, you literally would have seen him, like, 2 seconds later, right? Well, you wouldn't have seen him. Look for the... Oh.
Oz, reveal thyself.
So this is called Electro Charge, guys. Hope you're having a good day with this. This is called Eula Beulah. There's a Eula Beulah going on for everyone. Why are there monsters wandering around? Although the scenery is very nice, it really is quite... Oh, that was our sword. Quite dangerous. But I can include this experience in my travelogue. Let's get out here and find a safe place. That guy's still following us. He's really persistent. Where is he? Let me kill him. He said I don't own the beach. He's trying to insult my aspirations of being a hero that owns a beach. That's all I ever wanted in life. Heihachi Mishima, come on, buddy. What's happening? What the hell is this place? There are monsters here. Why are you following us? Me follow you? Aren't allowed to come here, enjoy a walk, and pick fruits? So paranoid. Bro's got a point. Bro. The last location is top of the hill over there. Ramsey, just gotta say, okay, I'm not trying to be bad. Don't take this as a bad thing. Jesus Christ, that's very, we can actually get there from here though. Ramsey, don't take this as a bad thing, right? Don't take this as me as siding with your stalker, right? Because I like, he's making good points. And it's very difficult. Because he's saying stuff like, oh, well, I get to enjoy the scenery too. You know? Bro is making good points. What can I do? You have two choices. Either you let this guy just walk around the place, or I do a little Eula Beulah on him. You make that decision. You have 2 days. My favorite thing is like, have you ever got, never ever would you ever get to, any sane person would get to do that in life, right? The whole like, you have 1 hour, you have 2 days. That's why I like to say it in like the silliest of situations, you know? Like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, text me back when you can. You have 1 hour. Nice. Standing on top of the mountain, you can almost see the entire Narukami Island. The wind at the mountain top is quite strong, and the height is perfect for a takeoff. There are no obstacles here. That's a long way from Inazuma City. I won't be disturbed by Dushin or unwanted people. It's a really good location. Inclusion, it's a good location to take off from, and it's a nice place to write about in the travelogue. The guy's still following, he just won't let us go. Hey, what are you talking about? Can't I just climb a mountain and see the scenery in peace? I'm not allowed to climb a mountain? I'm not allowed to just stand up here on the mountain? I'll get rid of him. It's fine, don't worry about him. He wouldn't dare do anything rash with you around. When dealing with this kind of person, if you approach him, he would keep pestering you. Actually, very good advice. Let's call it a day. Let's go back to Komori Tea House. If someone's constantly bothering you, giving them power is the worst thing you could do. Oh my god, seeing the space in like without the fog is very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, like he's 100% right with that advice, by the way. If someone's constantly bothering you, whether it be like a troll online or something or anything like that, like the best thing to do is always just like, you know, embrace it or ignore it. You know what I mean? That's what you have to do pretty much. Embrace or ignore.
More speed.
The only thing is, like, when it comes to, like, online people, like, whether it be on Twitter or whatever, you can always tell, and that's why I'm always like, how did you get fooled by this? Like, when someone dunks a quote tweet on someone, it's like, man, you couldn't tell that this was, like, someone trying their hardest to annoy people? like if someone, like, let's say, like, in the Genshin community, I'm not in the Genshin community on Twitter, but let's say someone in the Genshin community tweet out, like, man, Eula's just freaking ugly. She's so goddamn ugly. And then people quote tweet being like, actually, she's like the prettiest thing ever. And it's like, dude, how could you like think that someone was like actually taking the stance of this, like, Eula's ugly and have it be a real opinion? You know what I mean? Like, of course they're trying to make people upset. Oh, he's here, Heihachi. I already have some ideas about the main story for my travelogue, but it'll take me a day or two to finish the chapter. I wrote a few paragraphs before. Please take this paragraph to Midori first. When I'm finished with the whole story, I'll ask someone to bring the completed travelogue. Travelogue. That's what he says. How would I know if he has any other agendas? What are you talking about? I said this guy has ulterior motives for writing these travelogues. Who would think about such random nonsense, traveling on Tevat in a hot air balloon without a vision? There must be some sort of agenda behind it. It just hasn't exposed himself yet. For real? Okay. He thinks that he's doing this weird thing, like the travelogue, because he has a weird agenda behind it, and that's why he's following him? I got news for you, buddy. Okay, game, I love you. You don't need to make it that easy for me, okay? That's very nice. It's very kind that they did this, that they put the character right here. You don't need to do it. Like, I'm praising you for it because it's very, very kind. It's very streamlined. It's amazing. You're amazing. I'm just saying, you don't need to put that. Hello, doggy. How are you? You don't need to put that much effort in, okay? Thank you so much, though, for putting the character right here. Trav, did you get the travelogue? This is from Mr. Ramsey. Again, praising the game because they know this game is always about, like, you know, making everything as fun as possible. You know what I mean? For me, anyway, that's what it's always been about. So, like, I'm like, I get it. You know, when I'm praising it. But you don't need to do it for me, man. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Let me have a look. How come it's so thin? The other travelogues are much thicker. Thicker? They're much thinker. He's thinking a lot.
He hasn't finished yet.
Is that so? I'll wait and read it when Uncle Ramsey's finished. Then I'll have a new story to tell Koichi. Thank you, Traveler. These are for you. Please accept them.
There's something so sweet and so, like, simple about this story. About how... by the way, again, this is why I think world quests are so important for this game. And so important for the everything in this game. Look at the 2 world quests we got today. The 2 world quests we got today. The first one we got was about... what is this? How are we going to get to here? The first world quest we got, right? From the writing, so I love this place. It's so pretty. From the little girl Midori, was literally about how nobody gets to travel outside of Inazuma. No one, you have to have permission. By the way, yes, people told me these are sakura blossoms. My bad. Yeah, sakura blooms. So no one gets to travel. Wait, are we even gonna be allowed to travel here? Of course you would. They wouldn't give us a commission if we weren't allowed to travel that far, right? So she so desperately wants to hear any stories of any places outside. Oh yeah, it's just over here. That's my bad. I thought it was like an island. Wants to hear any stories, desperate to hear any stories outside of her. And she's also captivated her friend, and she's worried she won't be able to captivate her friend anymore because these are the stories that are so interesting because the world they're in right now may not be as interesting because they've been here for so long. The other story we got is about a writing competition, and we can't even... Oh, this is the guy again. You again. This time I'll dispatch of you.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I'm ready.
Everybody stand back.
The other story we got
Rack and ruin.
was about a writing competition that happens that has people from Liyue involved in it, but she can't even really have proper contact with the people in the competition because, again, the strict rules. Hey, get away from me! Bam! Because of the strict rules that are placed upon people in Inazuma. Like, and again, you could say, oh well, Calvin, you would know this anyway. But I think it's important to add to the story that you all. Oh, the Grand Narukami Shrine. That's where we went to already. Yeah, I think it's important to have still. Look how pretty this is. Those little tiny stories for the smaller characters in the game, just as it is important to have bigger stories for characters like Toma, because hearing what the smaller people, the smaller characters, the smaller side characters are going through is just as important as hearing what any bigger character is going through in the world. It really is, and it adds to it so much. The more, the merrier. I saw one of those girls in there. Where are we going? This is actually super fun. Like, once you can get the hang of it, super fun. You know what I mean? Once it's like there, once we have it. Like, look at this. Like, this is just a really fun time. I guess we just followed it. There he is. Super cool. Super cool stuff. Really neat. I love this perspective looking down on Inazuma City. That's what this game does so well, is scale and perspective. Like, there's such a beauty in like scale, and that's why I love Xenoblade Chronicles as well as one of my favorite things. And like, I didn't think I would find a game that does scale as well as Xenoblade Chronicles does, and sometimes even better. Because obviously, like, the draw distance is better because it has a bigger budget than Xenoblade Chronicles. But one of the things that Xenoblade Chronicles is so impressive always is that you can like look down on a mountain and you can feel the gravity of the situation you're in and the feel of the place you're in. Like this, it feels gigantic, but also at the same time, because you're up so high and everything feels so small, it's gigantic, but it also feels like, oh, I could travel anywhere here. It would just take a while. I do take it for granted sometimes that some game developers are able to have this talent for making scale so important. The Soul series does it pretty well too, I feel like. Not as like on a grand scale as other games. I've actually really enjoyed that. As other games do. Not as as impressive. Like in terms of like the giganticness of scale, but they're really good at like showing you places before you go to it. And being like, hey, you're gonna have to go here at some point.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Vengeance will be
Music is so awesome for the combat.
Her Majesty's gift.
Yeah, if you get what I'm saying, like,
This body belongs.
I remember I played Xenoblade Chronicles on the. I played Xenoblade Chronicles on the 3DS. That was my first time playing Xenoblade Chronicles, and I played it on the 3DS. And like, I remember being like, "Oh, this is impressive, like for what it is. Like, but it's still a 3DS game. So obviously, it was downgraded a little bit from the Wii and stuff like that in terms of like scale. It's always sometimes hard to see scale on the 3DS, even though 3DS is one of the greatest consoles, and in my opinion, like still has one of the best libraries in the history of video games.
Thank you for
But then, like, I played the remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles on the Switch. And I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well. And I remember being like, holy hell. Like, incredible scale. Incredible, impressive scale. Okay, so let's go ahead and click onto the rest of this little Aircon quest that we're doing here. See what we're going to be talking, because I'm actually interested to do more with these characters here. This is so pretty as well. Such a pretty place. Because I think we're not allowed to leave this island until we get like permission, which I imagine is going to happen in the Archon quest, right? Like there's other places we can clearly probably travel to. We still have to do this. We still have to like go to. We're not allowed to leave the island though until we do the other things. Right? Yeah, we're not allowed to leave the island until we do that. Which is funny enough. Honestly though, we should probably like check out more of Inazuma City, but I don't think we're even allowed. I don't think we have permission to go up there. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes as always. There's no, I can't get over how pretty, I'm sorry guys, I can't get over how pretty this is.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
Heck yeah. Let's do it. Also, I might change my party setup. I want to like use more of the Xiao team. Just because I feel like we haven't... This is not it at all. What team is this? When did I create that team? Official's on every team, man. Not him? So why the change?
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tajima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision.
Right.
After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
So they're trying to show us what the Vision Hunt decree has done to people.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Ask the crowd, so ask.
You must also be here to try and convince Tajima to stay.
Not really, but like I'm definitely interested to hear how this has affected him.
Tajima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago. Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world.
And they're also trying to show us that like it doesn't matter how good or bad you are, the Vision Hunt decree is affecting you no matter what.
But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did? We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
This is genuinely what Genshin is so good at. Here we have this story that has been building up already, like from every person you talk to, from everything you do in this world, from the ghosts that we talk to, from the past that we talk to, from the kids that we talk to. It's the same thing that happened in Liyue, and it's just like they are showing how everyone is affected by this one thing that has happened from the Electro Archon. They did this similar thing in Liyue where they talked about contracts all the time. Everyone was talking about a contract. The whole Archon quest and even side quests were about contracts and how you uphold your contracts and how they rely so much on the Geo Archon. And then, of course, that leads to the actual Archon quest itself, which pulls the rug out from under us and quote-unquote kills Rex Lapis. But then you already have this feeling for what the world is like because they've done such a good job of building it up.
You must be Tajima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay.
You've lived here for a long time. I won't say everyone depends on you because I don't want to put pressure on them.
True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone.
Oh, wow. So not only is it taking the idea of like what their ambitions away, like there's a part of him that's just disappeared.
In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover
Of course,
the reason you
Paimon's
chose to
so
stay,
helpful.
you
And she's
won't
such a
need to leave
sweetheart.
anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back.
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tajima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
Okay, so we can read the diary?
I keep a diary.
This is insane. Part of his memory is
If you say
destroyed.
so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tajima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
Okay.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tajima's situation.
Okay. So we have to find the actual diary itself, which is probably in the location near the house. Yeah, I love the way they're doing this. A lot of it's very on the ground. A lot of it's very based around the people here as well. There's a log. Is this it?
This looks like Tajima's diary, all
Got the
right.
book out here as well. We learned that you know books do well in the sun. So actually, we learned that from the manga, which I read every Monday. Shameless plug there for you guys. Every Monday, 6 p.m. GMT, you can see me reading the Genshin manga.
Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab.
Adorable. Adorable. Paimon is adorable.
I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance.
Cool seeing this shot as well.
like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more!
Get it, Paimon, get it.
I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
Sick. Go investigate the shrine nearby. Over here. And very important on shrine so far. By the way, this quest here, what's the story quest? You see an invitation from Ayaka to Ito. That's the quest in Inazuma. This is the storm chasers. We can't even go to these islands yet, I don't think. Cleansing defilement. These are the Sakura cleansing rituals that we have to break. So we will be doing these as well, but I just want to check, can they be done in open the quest menu? So maybe we can't get to these just yet? Is that correct? Oh, maybe like it's random locations, or maybe they don't actually mark them on the map, or maybe it's over here. That could be the case. We might have to just stumble upon these, maybe. I still want to do that quest, because like so far that quest has been incredible, the cleansing defilement. It's been incredible. I also want to say as well that for stuff like Shenyu Vale, we will be doing that. I think we're going to explore Shenyu Vale like maybe like after Inazuma. And after Inazuma as well, we're going to finish like the chasm exploration, like, you know, not the chasm exploration, but like all the stuff in the chasm and things like that. And then we're going to also like in between stuff, like say in between quests as well, we're gonna do, like, the plan is, and I know I don't like planning things to the letter because it never works out. It never works out in this game because like things you think will take 2 minutes take 10, and things you think that will take 20 minutes take 40. You know what I mean? And it's you never, and sometimes you think things that take 3 hours take 10 minutes. You know?
The omamori Tajima wrote about.
But we have a plan to do all story quests.
Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Use elemental sight to find clues in the diary. Oh, here we go. This way. I knew it was a lavender melon. I knew it. Has to be behind here, right? Yep. Oh, these rocks.
Here we are. This seems to be somewhere that Tajima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tajima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years? Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look.
Paimon loves a good digging up, just in case there's treasure.
It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again?
If we come separated during war, go wait for me at Konda Village. There'll be a safe home for us there. It's here.
So the reason Tajima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tajima his stuff back and take it from there.
Sure. Paimon, again, like, such a leader, such a great person to have around us. I adore having her with us all the time. It's so much fun. Hi, Tajima.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly
The music,
my
man.
handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still,
Whoa,
it's clear
look at the
that I
shop.
was waiting for someone here. and that I chose to wait for 30 years.
That is beautiful, to wait for someone for 30 years and not even know that you're waiting for them.
Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye.
That hits home a little bit, right? Like the idea of like that, like you get, you know, when you go through a year and you're like, man, that felt like nothing.
How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt for her. It's all disappeared.
So I accidentally skipped forward from this, so I'll just read again here. It says, now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, I felt I'd been suddenly hollowed out, which is very important. We can't skip past this. Sometimes I click on the button by accident. I'm going to keep my finger off the X. He feels like he's been hollowed out now that he's lost his vision. That's pretty important.
No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream.
That's horrible to me. That is genuinely horrible to me. So do you still plan on leaving?
I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on.
Sweetheart, romantic, beautiful person.
Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so
That's also
much
very
as
hard.
her name? Wouldn't that be
You
upsetting
can explain
for
what's
her?
happened, for sure.
When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness, the feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tajima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad.
I know, yeah, and this is actually like, first of all, Paimon, you saying that makes me really sad. But losing a reason to feel sad is maybe the saddest thing of all. That's so freaking, that's such a good line. The idea of like that, if you don't have anything to feel sad about at all, is kind of like the saddest thing ever. He doesn't know why he's sad. He doesn't know, the thing that made him feel sad is no longer around. Like, and while sadness can sometimes be seen as a very bad thing, you know what I mean? Because sadness can come along with pain and can come along with trauma. But I feel like in this sense, the sadness comes along with love and memories of happiness and memories of a better time. Genuinely a very important thing to lose.
Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose
Jesus,
your vision,
man.
you lose all your hopes and dreams too.
And this is tugging on Calvin because, like, I'm a hopeless romantic when it comes to this
That
stuff.
certainly explains the state Tajima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we?
Oh, and she's even doubting herself.
Well, let's go find the next person.
Sure. And you know what? Paimon?
According to
Very
Miss
reflective and very
Kamisato,
smart of you.
The second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I think that's what like we're getting at here. It's so important. It's so important. Because like again, I know like I said, sadness is sometimes bad. But it kind of reminds me of the Persona 5 plot. I'm not going to spoil too much of it, but like the idea of someone wanting to take sadness away is very, you know, to me what it is that like, and we're going away from Persona 5 because I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm going to go with my perspective. For me, like the idea, like it's like, oh, I'll make sure you're not sad anymore. And it's like, Okay, and it's, at first it's like, that sounds cool, right? Okay, awesome.
By royal decree.
Thank you, man. Take away my sadness. Yeah. But then, like, the sadness, like, taking away your sadness, like, sounds appealing. But also, the aspects that, like make us kind of, like, human would also be taken away from us as well. Now, again, I'm not talking about, like, trauma that's brought him from sadness. I'm just saying, like, in this situation, they've taken away a part of him.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree.
Okay. So the Tenryou Commission is controlled by the Shogun, and they're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order. So they're the one, yeah, we noticed that as well. Like, some of them don't agree, but, like, yeah, for sure.
But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
Heck yeah.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
Jesus. V-neck boys over here. We are the V-neck boys. And we will show off our chests until you give us the provisions. Actually, it's a very serious thing to have emergency
The entire
provisions.
clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to
Great
say
design.
it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear
I love
of
how
it.
we showed up as quick as possible when we heard this. Like, oh, the purple earrings as well. Emergency provisions, like emergency food. Paimon, you know about this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by.
Paimon's voice acting sometimes just breaks my heart. The what? Like, it's so good.
We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution.
Sir? You want me to solve this? This is a chicken. And I'm just a lowly chicken farmer. I don't know why you think I could solve this.
In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai.
Oh, okay.
It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help?
Well, we're only
someone
hearing
like
one side of the
him?
story. Maybe something has changed in him as well, and that's why he's changed quite a bit too. Maybe he doesn't even remember the emergency provisions.
Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Of course. I'm wearing purple, you're wearing purple, we're kindred spirits.
I've never even heard of these
Beautiful
emergency
Shire.
provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me.
I don't think he remembers. I
But
think that's the
either way,
problem.
It's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today?
Point taken.
My own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to.
We heard that you lost your vision recently.
And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun.
Okay.
And that's why they confiscated
Issue
my
with this
vision.
already. We've already heard that he was a good man before this. And they talked about how he was a good man. So I'm thinking that they come up with reasons, obviously, just to take the vision away from you.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why
Maybe he
would
was
you
helping
be
people out too
unworthy
much?
of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month, but I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
This is why, like it was already a crime that I found disgusting, the idea of taking someone's vision away, right? But this is just like it seems like such a minor thing, but it's not. But it's not. It's freaking absolutely terrifying to have this feeling in the back of your head that you forgot something. And not only that, but it's not like one of those things like, did I forget something? It's not like, oh, this simple thing. It's like something big happened in my life that I'm not really like processing. That would be horrifying.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders.
Jesus.
Which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Fair enough. Beautiful. Look at this.
To be telling the truth.
You know, I believe him.
But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say.
Heck yeah.
We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Before I do that though, also yeah, like this is. Oh, I love how everything's so pretty. So we have to go to the archive for a second here. Where is it here? Archive. We have to go to said archive and go to equipment. And I believe it's called the Sei Gonamara. So this is where you check all descriptions of weapons and stuff, I guess. We might like start doing a bunch of reading a bunch of weapon descriptions somewhere if that's something you guys are interested in. I don't know if you guys would be interested. So someone said that this has a cool description. If we can find it. Unless it's not a weapon. Holy hell, what's this? That looks sick. We can't read descriptions of weapons we don't have. So maybe it's hold on a second. Maybe it's a material? But you can't read, there's no descriptions really of these either, is it? Wait, let me look up what this is. Just so like, okay, I'll be back in a second. So, a plant species that only grows in certain regions and islands of the ocean. Though it looks like a fungus of some sort, it actually comes from a substance secreted by certain soft-body organisms. In folk tales told in certain land, these mouthless, noseless creatures are transformed from the souls of children who died young. And as a form of punishment, they must spend endless years absorbing the elements within the sand sea using their fragile bodies, piling them up and forming sea Gandoroma. What? And once the Gandoroma are fully formed, they shall be harvested. Ah! Okay. 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 Jesus. Yeah, I think we might do some weapons. Maybe do like 5 weapons every episode. I just wanted to, I'll get your opinion. Are they worth? They probably are worth doing. They probably are worth doing. So we might do some like those. Hey, treasure hoarders. Have you heard of these things called Seigon Nagangas?
This time.
They're children, you know.
All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder.
I love doing
Go
crimes.
down in hoarder history.
I'm a big crime guy. Crime guy McGee, they call me.
You the man, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson.
What a gal. This is why Paimon's with us. Bok crew, let's go.
Another
Another test subject.
You
You're open.
Actually, sorry, we'll do this.
Barbados.
Little swirly doodly do.
Useless.
The wrong
Oh, is it just you by yourself? Hello? Just you? Oh, Jesus, you kick fish in the face? What you think of that? What you think of this? What you think of that? Nice swirl.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know?
You worked hard to steal the Mora.
Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
I like the term not likely. Word has he alluded to Kurosawa's house.
Kurosawa? Oh, I remember.
So all we need to find out is there was nothing there.
So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal. Now show us what's
Okay, buy him making deals.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs.
What?
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods
Yeah, okay.
store, a Miss
So we're gonna have to talk to
Aoi.
her.
We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Yes, of course.
She's a Rugrats character.
We redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
That was my best interaction with a treasure hoarder ever, I think. Let's go, main character style. Really, when it comes to weapons, by the way, we're gonna have to, I really want to send his weapon a lot more too from level 60. I don't know if we have enough to do it. We need to get these in, they're crafted. And we can also do these on Sunday and Saturday, but I think we can probably craft them if we get to a crafting table and upgrade his weapon a bit. Because like again, he's our DPS guy, so like it just makes sense to have a bit of physical weapon damage on him. Because like I'm starting to notice the drop in damage for the weapon. I think you guys probably would say that too.
Worthless. Lament. Bah. Rah. Bah. Bah.
Hey, how's it going today? Wah!
That will teach them.
Hey, Shao. Wah! Mr. Shao, how's the wife? Wah!
I don't have a wife. That's stupid. Stop talking about that. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. So stupid.
I'm actually gonna make an apology video for saying Shao had a wife. I actually think I have to. I just slipped out. Just freaking slipped out. Never ever when I say Shao has a wife. In fact, let's do one over here. Okay. This is good lighting, right? Okay, is this good lighting? Okay, yeah, I think it is. Okay, we need the light from the windows. There's a good light. There we go. Wait, we have to walk into frame. I have made a serious lapse in my judgment. I have said that Shao had a wife, when we all know that he is my companion for... Okay, let's go.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something?
That was very rehearsed. Well done.
Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about?
Yes, these IOUs.
Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
So he's in debt.
Whoa,
That makes sense.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
If we can afford it.
Here to learn where they all came from.
The voice, I don't know if it's just because she's in a new region, but like it's clear it was a new session. Like the voice, I feel like they've even upped the voice acting for Paimon. It's really good.
How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
Are you saying that he was paying for the provisions himself?
So that's how he was getting those
Jesus Christ, those boys better feel bad.
But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
I mean, people were used to it probably.
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions
That's
must have
horrible
been
what they were doing then.
calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated
that's
what
horrible.
he did. They just complained.
This lighting is fantastic for you, Paimon. You should do an apology video right now. I apologize for being a chicken. Don't ever apologize for that. Be yourself.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed.
Yep.
As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself?
Yeah, he doesn't remember.
I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Oh, that's horrible. Or maybe you could just forgive his debts.
Sword?
I know it's unreasonable,
What
but
sword?
Oh.
I'll pay him. I'll pay him. If I have the cash, I'll pay him.
He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on
Yeah,
it.
she seems very
Everything has its
money
price,
oriented,
at
of
least
course.
That's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
What do you mean?
But we
Don't try this lady with us.
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree?
No. That's not how it works. You talked of your own free will, lady. I didn't. If you didn't talk, I would have just left.
Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
Okay, fine. Take it.
At least we now know where
Take
the
it.
emergency provisions are coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession.
Heck yeah.
Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
Okay, but first, let's set fire to this general goods store. That fire's gonna start. What's that smell? Don't worry about it. Did you set fire to my store? No, how could I set fire to your store? I'm Animo. Jesus. Now I'm Jean. You wouldn't suspect Jean, would you? We have to go back to this boy over here. What an outfit. Thanks again to Alligator for pretty much buying this for me. Also, Barbara's outfit's fantastic too. We're gonna have to level up Barbara too. Jesus Christ, every time I come down here, it's always shockingly beautiful.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I presented them with a choice.
Oh
Either
wow,
they left
dude,
or I drew
sick.
my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
Actually,
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind
you're a
of
good person,
I
man.
was?
You're a good person.
I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed
So
the
this means
sword in my
a whole hell
hands
of a lot to him. A whole hell of a lot.
and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
The words virtue and justice.
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all.
Yep.
But what use of virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. People become so used to the help that once they're not getting the help, they think that it's just something that's provided to them, that they're allowed to have. And here's the thing, helping people is such a virtuous thing to do, but if you're helping people all the freaking time, constantly, with everything they want and everything they need, eventually when like you help them only a normal amount, they're going to see that as you abandoning them almost. Like if you're doing something for someone every single day and then a year later you decide, okay, I'm going to pull back a little bit because I feel like I'm not as appreciated, there's a chance that person's going to be like, this person's like not even like doing anything anymore. Like this person's abandoning me, and they become used to it to the point that it becomes like so like it feels like that's something that they're allowed to have, that they should have.
The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about
Yep.
Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses.
Hopefully.
In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword.
Yeah, losing a vision is no trifling matter.
Yeah. Seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience.
Like, and we have a perspective on this as well, because imagine forgetting our sister. Imagine forgetting why we came here.
Fortunately for us, you don't have a
Yeah, so it can't happen to us. That's the thing. We have
Let's
to
go
put
find
ourselves
the
in someone else's
next
shoes.
morsel.
Yeah. Like, imagine us sitting here and being like, what happened to our, whereabouts is it? Well, it's actually very close. Like, why are we here? Why are we in Inazuma? Why did we even come here? And Paimon's like, dude, you're looking for your sister. How horrific would that? Oh, is this the... No, maybe this is not what I was looking at. The master, the trainer who forgot his stuff. Oh, wait, is that Heihachi?
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed
Yeah, I remember
to be a
that we talked to this girl
famous
before that talked
sword
about him.
around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Yeah. We already talked to the...
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
That's a worried tone you're putting on there, Yunya.
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Paimon floating into the scene is always adorable.
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately!
So they're feeling the effects of their sensei kind of being a bit impaired because they're like, it's a little bit scarier. They don't have as much defense as they used to have.
Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
We're here to become disciples.
Disciples?
Good cover there. Good cover there.
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high
It's no
alert.
problem, bud. Like, we've just met two people who are traumatized by having no ambitions anymore. Totally understandable. Like, we've met bigger obstacles so far.
You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being.
We can wait until he's recovered?
I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I would
Nanako's a really cool
Sensei's
outfit.
situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword
This is a cool shot as
masters,
well.
never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to
We were
let
talking
us
to him
train.
earlier and he was saying some strange stuff.
Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island.
We've been
The
there.
head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close
I think we've
ties
been there,
with
right?
the almighty shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head Shrine Maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary Shrine Maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
I am very interested to watch, but at the same time, I'm also like a bit worried about like what effects it will have on someone who's not actually possessed.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back.
I don't think he's possessed. I think maybe it's just like, I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like it's him actually just like So we have to wait until 6 o'clock. Okay, fine. I actually think it's just a situation where like we don't know what's happening with him. So 6 o'clock, is it? Oh, we were very close. No, we weren't. Look at that. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. But it's actually evening. We're not even close to getting another wish. Oh, we actually are close to getting another wish. What the hell? We're actually very close. Wish. Wait, use Genesis crystals? We don't have any Genesis crystals. Go to top up page? That's so funny.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness.
Oh, this must be
Sensei
so
on his
hard for
fist
them to
of
see him like
madness.
this, mustn't it?
Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away.
Oh, man. This must be so hard.
It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with
Ah,
bloodshot
no, this
eyes.
is so hard to hear.
All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago. And he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the Shrine Maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
See, this is a thing though as well, and it kind of like reminds you when people tell stories about like their parents kind of like losing it a little bit. Like, oh my god, he's running away. Like, he's clearly distressed because again, like again, a part of you is gone. A part of you's disappeared.
Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We
Well,
won't
I thought that
let
was
them
him.
Get away with it. Come on, let's go after them.
I mean, again, I don't think it's the exorcism. I think it's literally just a part of him is literally just disappeared.
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up?
Sure. Very sure. Gene style.
Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up.
Wait, follow the suspicious person's traces?
Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
Fireman is so active!
How did you catch up with me so quickly?
Gene has these nice, big, long legs. You were done before it even started.
Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around
She's
these
so
parts?
good.
You seem like bad news, mister.
Yeah, get him, Fireman.
Bad news?
Get him.
I'll have
okay.
you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. Long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
But if you
So this must be hard for him to see as well.
I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai. Yes, that's me.
He probably ran because he probably doesn't want to see it, I'd say, but we'll
I
check.
don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again.
But why did you show up there in the first place then?
When we were young, we trained under the same sword master, studying Meikyo Shisui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Meikyo Shisui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world.
Yeah, that's sick. Kind of sick.
Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade.
Yeah, but like honestly, the reason I'm saying is sick, I know it goes against their principles. Like just the idea of someone walking up to the master and going like, dude, how do I become the shit? How do I become the greatest thing you've ever seen in your life?
I thought so too at the time. But Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Meikyo Shisui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body.
That's actually pretty sick again. Like this all, I know like it's a sad story as well, but I'm just talking about the actual actions. It's actually pretty like it's a cool visual.
That I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all.
Oh, that's actually very sweet.
He had practiced Meikyo Shisui art to perfection.
That's actually really, really sweet for him to say that. Like the idea that he was so sharp, so good with the blade. Like how could he lose his mind?
I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finished.
Again, really great perspective once again. A really great perspective once again.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still,
we get a lot of stuff wrong, Paimon. That's a bit.
Back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Heck yeah. Yeah, no, like I love how they're telling the story. It's very slow paced, it definitely is, but that's not always a bad thing, especially when it comes to like stuff that is so emotionally charged. You know, you don't have to have something that's so like fast paced, especially when it's a story that's super important. Whereabouts is this happening? In here? Oh, here. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like they've done a really good job with this.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
I was thinking so.
Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No.
So
no,
they can't even believe it either. Yeah, they can't even believe it either.
wrong.
Like that part of it is just so gone.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yae has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yae? Is that the same Lady Yae that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's
They're so
wonderful
hopeful
news.
as well, man. This is
The
like, again,
sensei will be sure to
like
recover.
when it's someone who you love and someone you respect so much, you will try anything and you will believe anything than the worst part, right? You will believe, like, you will like be like, there's no way he's lost his mind. There's no way. They will try everything before they get to the actual truth, you know?
Correct. Lady Yae is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei.
There you go.
But Lady Yae can give a conclusive verdict.
I think it's crazy that, like, you know, is there many times in a story that someone wants their friend or the person they love to be possessed?
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yae?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Look at the shot. There's
Lady
so many good
Yae
shots in
does
this
not
episode.
like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yae herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yae's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yae, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself.
They're so hopeful. It's so hopeful. And, like, it's gonna all come crashing down, of course.
Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyoshi Sweet Art, will do our best to help you.
Yeah, I'll gladly join you.
Sure. After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yae. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, again, like I said, it's very, like, it's somber. It's a somber pace is probably a better way of putting it. They do an absolutely fantastic job, though, of, like, getting across why it is so important having your vision and why losing your vision, again, your vision taken away, has done so much damage to so many lovely and amazing people. I couldn't imagine it happened to me. Couldn't imagine. Beautiful music as well. Again, the shots in this episode have been fantastic. Like, look at this.
Do you think that's Lady Yae?
Whoa.
Oh, no wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really
Striking is not the word for it.
Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just
The
now?
color of your hair is gorgeous.
It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
I mean,
Keep away.
Oh, this poor
Keep away
dude.
from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
That design is S tier. Look at the bubblegum pink hair with the tassels coming down from like the outfit as well.
As you can see, Lady
Oh, she's
Yae,
sick. She's sick.
Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He
Oh, the
appears
back
to
as well
see
is
those who have
awesome.
lost
With the
to him
bow.
in duels
Sorry.
past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Her outfit is sick.
Lady Yae, it must be a possession, right?
This is so I'm mesmerized by this lady.
This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths.
Yeah. So first of all, her voice is also mesmerizing. Can I say as well that her shoes are... I'm so sorry that I'm focusing on the outfit. Her shoes are incredible too.
As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his
There you
vision.
go. There you go.
For to be stripped of
And she
one's
said it right away.
vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
That shoe is incredible, lady.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yae, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve
Heck
it.
yeah. She's right.
There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Wait, she knows all of this? She knows all of this?
Lady Yae, I'm not sure I understand.
You will soon, I guess.
The path of the swordmaster
Yes.
is filled with twists
Oh my-
and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest swordmaster in the world.
By the way, I've heard the name Yae MIko, right? We've probably encountered some aspect of her before, whether it's like a character story or was she might have been on a banner or something like that. Or we might use her in a trial. But like, I've never seen her like in a cutscene like this, right? And can you guys remind me if we have seen her before? Like, because it's been probably a while as well since we have seen her, if we have seen her. Like in terms of like, because I say we probably saw her in a banner or something like that. Or maybe she's one of the story characters or something like that. But can I just say as well that I'm sorry that what she's saying is so like sick, because like it shows how like it shows how important she is, that she is able to know all this stuff and like instantly be able to tell this stuff just from a glance. But also at the same time, I'm sorry for pointing out over and over again. You're probably getting annoyed with me pointing out the outfits. I can't get over how good this outfit is. It looks incredible. And here she is talking about how like it's no small undertaking to pursue the greatest swordmaster in the world. Yes, and she's also talking about how what that would do to your mind, I suppose is what she's saying. Like having to like become the best. Macbeth is a perfect example of this, of like what ambition will do to your mind.
It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands,
Yes.
and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions.
You are amazing. Like I agree. She's incredible. I'm not just saying she's incredible because she agrees with me. or what I was saying. I'm saying that like what she's saying like rings so true with his story.
Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead.
Man, read me a story, Yae MIko.
When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei.
Yeah.
To think he's been suffering so greatly.
And they didn't want to see it this way. They did not want to see it this way. The idea that he's not himself through possession is much easier to handle than it is anything else.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father. Sensei.
Ah, Jesus, dude. It's actually rough.
That's enough.
Oh, Anzai's followed us?
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way
That's a long trek.
Ansai. Why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost?
Oh no, we're seeing it from his perspective.
You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
Wait, so he was seeing her all. He was seeing two Anzais because he's seeing Anzai constantly in his vision, like in front of him.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further.
So yeah, when he defeated them, which by the way, I'm not trying to explain what's happening. I'm trying to when I do this, it's me, going through it in my mind as well. I hope that makes sense. Because sometimes it can feel like, so he's explaining something to us when we're Genshin fans, but when I'm just going through it myself so that I can understand it even better. So what he's saying is that when he defeated them in battle, they were kind of like, okay, you go on and you carry on our legacy.
Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your
Yep.
ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day the same thing happens to them?
And that's probably a worry in his mind.
I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
That's important. It's important.
Sensei.
This has been one of my favorite mini
After
little
you
parts of a
rescued me
mission.
From the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of making
That's sweet.
Yoshi sweet.
That's really, really sweet.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition
That's such a
is
good way of
something
looking at
that's
it.
never happened to
It's
me.
such a good way of looking at it.
So I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me.
So I love how they're also calling back to the fact that when he defeated all them, their ambitions were destroyed, and then almost like as a weird consequence, which it shouldn't be seen this way and it shouldn't have happened to him, he lost his ambitions as well.
So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you.
Yep, so cool.
It's time for you to release yours into their custody.
So cool.
You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name.
Sorry. Again, I should not. I click on it by accident all the freaking time. It's my bad. I always keep my finger on the X. I should take it off it.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakyo Shisui-art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world.
Oh.
The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation.
That must be painful to admit that.
But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise, and I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
This is like, it's such a well-written story for me. We'll talk about it more after it's finished, of course.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yae and then get yourself back home.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
It seems it's a good resolution. Yeah, as good as we can hope for.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yae
Oh?
has some words for you.
Oh?
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
Oh, of course she knows this. Of course she knows this.
For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless.
What?
You set foot on these islands at
So we weren't
precisely
supposed to
the
meet at
right
the same
moment.
cool what do you call it, headdress at the same time?
I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yae seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. I'm so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
I mean, we're going back to Miss Kamisato, but like we also met like an unbelievably cool, important character. Now I'm thinking, I think we probably saw Yae MIko. No, here is where we probably saw her. Whew. An incredible design character, an incredibly designed character. Well, it's actually just over here, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. Absolutely blown away. And by the way, this is the way we're going to be doing things. Like I've said since the start, like we did when we were in Mondstadt, we were in Liyue. We're doing a mix of exploration. We're doing some Archon quests. We're doing whatever feels right at the time. And as I always, I didn't even see that there. And like I always just say, like if it's something that you don't want to watch, like I always appreciate you guys coming by. But I always have to, I feel like also to make a playthrough fun and important, you also have to make the playthrough fun and important for the player as well. Because if I'm not having fun, or if I'm agitated, or I'm uninterested, or if not uninterested, but if I'm at a state where I'm like, I'm a bit uncomfortable with the way I'm doing things, it will come through on the screen. It will. It will come through.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes?
Yeah.
Ayaka!
What? Huh? Oh, Zach Aguilar, huh? Toma. Wait. No way. No way. No, you're just gonna let us see it now? Sick outfit. Oh, it's so cool. Wait.
Traveler, Paimon.
Okay.
It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face.
Okay.
I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Actually, we didn't really help at all. I'm gonna say, I don't know. Damage done by losing a vision can't be completely undone.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends.
Oh, okay.
As you will observe.
Yeah, it's a really cool outfit, isn't it?
The screen for Toma also.
Now, here's the thing as well, though, right? I didn't expect her to look like this. I guess I thought she'd look a little bit older, maybe, I guess. But then again, that's my own biases when it comes to video games, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Toma's so proud of himself.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Yeah.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen.
Friend request accepted.
Thank you both kindly.
This is sick.
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen?
I'm gonna agree that this is kind of seems like one of the worst fates you can have, to just forget the most important aspects of your life.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people.
So stuff that just happens, like, naturally. They don't think about what's happening below them.
But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance?
Hand over the heart. We're doing rebellion. Yeah. Oh my god.
Really?
Would you most keep the promise you made me? This is so sick.
Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
This is so sick. Kamisato, Ayaka, and Toma take you to Komori Tea House. So we're just going.
Well, here we are again.
Whew. Oh, the shoes are cool too. Yeah, like I love a call to rebellion. I love the idea of like us seeing all this and then going, yeah, we'll fight for you. We'll fight for you. That's so sick, with the hand over the heart as well.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
No, you stay as well. We like your jacket.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access.
Okay, so like this is like kind of a place so you can do secret meetings as well. Look at that dog.
Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Gotta keep a bit of
And of course Paimon loves this as well.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me?
Yeah, sure. What kind of god is the reigning shogun? Is no one else fighting the Vision Hunt decree? Have you raised a formal objection to the Vision Hunt decree? Okay, let's. What kind of god is Raiden Shogun?
The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority.
Yeah, we can get that from what she's
But
been.
as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling.
So, the eternity she's talking about is the idea that if you take away visions, there's nothing that can stop the flow of everything and create a big upheaval. Is no one else fighting the Vision Hunt decree?
The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions.
Right.
Moreover,
This makes
it
perfect
is not
sense.
unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others.
So the idea is that like why would they help out if like they're like, okay, everything's even now?
Because of this, the attitude of most people towards
Yeah, it's like
the
yeah,
Vision Hunt
there you go.
decree
It's like
is
okay,
one of
whatever.
indifference.
Whatever. It's like okay, why do I need to help?
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting
It
mad.
happens so often in life, Paimon, where like if it's only happened to a small group of people compared to the larger group, a lot of the people who are in the larger group are like, well, I don't really care, you know?
Nevertheless, in addition to
Yeah,
us,
this design's growing
there
on me
was
more and
also
more
the
as well.
resistance
The more I
on
look at it.
Watatsumi Island.
Like it was already cool from first look, but like when you keep getting a good look at it, it's freaking awesome.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting
Which is
against
sick, by the way. I love a good resistance. You guys can tell I'm into a rebellion. Maybe it's just because like my my country was all big into rebellions.
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sango no Miya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt decree.
Right. Six shoes. Absolutely six shoes. But yeah, like so there's idea that like this resistance might be like, yeah, they have their first thing they're saying is, hey, we're gonna be resisting the Vision Hunt decree, but there's also this thing deep down that maybe they're trying something else. Have you raised a formal objection to the Vision Hunt decree?
Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission,
Wow.
and subsequently scrapped.
Like not even like considered.
They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt decree.
Like an influence maybe. But like I don't know, like could it be like I don't know. It seems like it was very like she still has a lot to blame, I guess, you know? But we'll see. We'll see what's happening. I have no further questions. Actually, a lot of great information. Okay, yeah, of course, Paimon. Of course, our Paimon.
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
To be honest, we do not.
No plan.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
Right.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree.
So right now it's not a rebellion yet. Right now it's just kind of like cleanup. Kind of trying to like, yeah, as you said, reduce the harm. Okay. This outfit's so sick. Look at this from the side as well.
For example, by providing vision
That's
bearers
very nice.
with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency
Counterfeit
measure.
visions.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there
Yeah, I didn't know this
who
at all.
can make fake visions?
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye,
Their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article.
Must have been where Venti went. That's an interesting line.
The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Okay.
Darn! So they found out about it? Ugh.
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu.
Is this our first mission? We can save him.
Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt.
Kamisato, do not worry. You're telling me I get to be in a rebellion and I get to do a prison break? No, you're not offloading the job with me. I'll do it.
By no means do we
we'll do it.
The
We'll do
burden
it.
of such a task on your shoulders
Yeah.
alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Nagonohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
I'm up for a rebellion. You kidding me? I'm up for a rebellion. Holy hell. The idea of doing a rebellion. Isn't that right, doggy? Yeah. Like, I'm so excited about the idea of doing a rebellion. This whole mission's been really fantastic so far. Like I said, and like I've seen, I've seen comments about people saying, some comments, the majority of people still are like, hey, we prefer you to do just like, we love exploration, we love the royal quests, we also love you having fun and all this stuff, and the other people are like, hey, we love you having fun as well. We'd love to see more Archon quests. The way I'll always answer this is, guys, everything in this game will be done. Everything in this game will be done. Everything. It doesn't matter how long it will take, right? And, there is that thing where it's like, okay, if Calvin does all the exploration afterwards, we'll get to the Archon quest right away. But I also feel like the way I like doing it, like, for me, is always just mixing in everything and doing everything as they come and, like, as I see them. And as it's like, oh, there's something over there, I want to check out that. There's something over there, I want to check out that. That's how I like to play games. That's how I love to play games. And again, you're not wrong for wanting to see more Archon quests. You're not wrong for loving the way we're doing things now. You're not wrong for wanting things your own way either. That's just the way things happen. Like, do I watch every single... Do you think I don't watch, like, my favorite creator Smosh and go, oh, Angela should have been in this video. Oh, Chance should have been in this video. Of course I do. 110%. And it's not wrong to want something else.
It's time to move
I'll just say I appreciate
We
everything.
shouldn't stay here.
I appreciate everyone always supporting the channel. But I always have the same stance, which is we will get everything done. Everything will be done in this game. All story quests, all Archon quests, all characters. We will get them done in an order that seems nice. And for me, again, there's no... The only comments I ever would disagree with is anyone saying that I'm intentionally, like, delaying the Archon quest, which doesn't make any sense anyway, because, like, the Archon quest videos get the same amount of, like, attention as the non-Archon quest videos. So it's like, what's the difference, really? You know what I mean? It's like... There's no need to delay it. I could just explore for 10 episodes as well and have that be the videos. Because it's literally, I hope, and the majority, 99% of people realize when I'm talking about this, that like, when I'm talking about this, like, I am always playing this game just as I go. Like, always just like, what's fun today? What's fun to do today? That's always been the way I play it. Since I've been a Mondstadt, I've been playing it that way. Thank you to the Never Play the Baby Gangster on Patreon, Tyfara 2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, Normal Kara, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, George Candelaria, Eskun, Yuled, Radish, Fruity, Orange Bang, Summer Oasis, Death Trap, Anusta, Ciabatta Red, and Malcolm Conde. And thank you guys for always supporting the series, and thank you for everything.